Let's get one thing straight. You have no idea if the person you're talking to is lying to you right now. You're guessing. You're relying on movie logic, on gut feelings that are probably just indigestion, and on a desperate hope that people are as honest as you pretend to be. What if you knew? What if you could see the leak, the tiny crack in the performance, the one signal their body can't fully suppress? You're missing about 93% of what people are actually communicating because you're only listening to their words. The rest is a silent broadcast of tells, leaks, and behavioral subtitles you haven't learned to read. Today, that stops. This isn't body language horoscope nonsense. This is 9 FBI adjacent, psych backed psychological signals. Not magic, not theory, observable, exploitable behavioral leaks. By the end of this, you'll feel like you've just activated the closed captions for reality. Let's go. Number 9, the baseline betrayal. Your first and most catastrophic mistake is thinking you can walk into a room and instantly diagnose a liar because someone won't look you in the eye. You see a guy fidgeting and you think, gotcha, guilty conscience. You are a doctor trying to diagnose a fever without knowing the patient's normal body temperature. You are using a thermometer you found in a parking lot. It's laughably arrogant. The single most important rule, the foundation upon which every other trick is built, is establishing a baseline. Here's the simple science. You need to know their asterisk baseline behavior. Asterisk, this is their neutral setting. Their resting state. How do they act when there's zero pressure, zero stakes, and they're talking about something utterly boring like the weather or their commute? You observe that for the first 60 seconds. Their normal eye contact rhythm, their comfortable posture, their habitual speech pace and hand gestures. You are a scientist, and this is your control group. The signal you're looking for isn't shifty eyes. It's a deviation from their own personal baseline. If their baseline is looking away every 3 seconds, and suddenly when you ask about the missing office snacks, they lock eyes and don't blink for 10 seconds, that's your red flag. The stakes, without this, you will permanently misread every naturally anxious person as deceptive and every smooth-talking sociopath as trustworthy. You are the unreliable variable in your own equation. Stop looking for criminals. Start being a scientist. Number 8. The pupil pipeline to their processor. You think eye contact is about confidence or honesty or dominance. You're reading the cover and ignoring the real-time status light blinking on the side. Their pupils are the data usage meter for their brain's processor. When the brain fires up, whether from intense interest, attraction, or the cognitive load of constructing a lie, it needs more resources. Blood flow increases, neurotransmitters surge, and the autonomic nervous system, run by the deep-seated asterisk limbic system, responds by dilating the pupils to let in more visual information. It's a direct hardware link. A spike in mental or emotional activity makes the meter max out. So, how do you spot it? You need consistent, moderate lighting, not a strobe lit club. Watch. When you mention a specific person, a controversial topic, or present a key piece of information, do their pupils suddenly widen and stay that way? That's the brain consuming data. The key is context. Dilation at the sight of someone could be attraction. Dilation when asked a complex question could just be processing load. You have to cross-reference, but the stakes are huge. This lets you see what truly captivates their mental energy before their conscious mind has even filed the paperwork. They can't control it. The eyes are the windows to the soul, but the pupils are the live feed of their CPU. Number 7, the incongruence alarm. This is the bedrock of lie detection, and you're probably falling for it every day because someone said something with a straight face. You believe the words because they were delivered confidently. Here's the reality check. Imagine watching a movie where the scene is a happy couple in a sunny park, but the soundtrack is a chilling horror score with violins screeching. Your brain would scream that something is wrong. You wouldn't trust the picture. You'd trust the music. Human communication is exactly that. A picture and a soundtrack. The words are the picture. The body language, tone, and micro expressions are the soundtrack. When they don't match, you're experiencing asterisk cognitive dissonance asterisk leaking out of their pores. The body often betrays the truth the mouth is busy editing. How do you spot the mismatch? It's in the cracks. A verbal, yes, that's a great idea, with a barely perceptible shake of the head, no. A smile where the mouth curves up, but the eyes, specifically the orbicularis oculi muscles around them, remain completely still and uninvolved. That's a social smile, a mask. Leaning back, creating distance while saying, I'm so committed to this. The stakes are everything. Incongruence is the single most reliable red flag for deception, internal conflict, or sheer inauthenticity. When the words and the music don't match, bet on the music every single time. Number 6, the truth is down at their feet. You spend all your mental energy analyzing their face, their smile, their eyes, their eyebrows. You are a security guard obsessively watching the front door of a bank while the vault is being emptied through a back tunnel you didn't even know existed. The face is a highly monitored, heavily controlled diplomatic press conference. The feet? The feet are the backroom meeting where the real decisions are made. They are the least conscious, most honest part of the body. The simple science behind this is the astric idiomotor response. Genuine impulses and intentions leak to the extremities first. So, look down. What are their feet telling you? Pointing. If their feet are pointed directly at you during a conversation, that's engagement. If their torso is facing you, but their feet are pointed toward the nearest exit, that's a subconscious desire to leave. Happy feet, a sudden, subtle shuffling or bouncing when a topic comes up can indicate excitement or anxiety. And if someone is sitting and has their ankles tightly crossed and tucked under their chair, that's often a sign of holding back, discomfort, or shutting down. The stakes? This reveals their desire to engage or escape, their attraction, or their deep-seated discomfort long before they ever verbalize it or make a move. The face lies for a living. The feet are terrible employees who always snitch. Number 5, the gravity-defying tell. You're looking for the big Oscar-winning gestures, the dramatic sighs, the obvious eye rolls. You're missing the intelligence that's shared in a 1-second burst. Imagine a massive submarine, silent and hidden deep below the surface. For just 1 second, its periscope breaks the water, then vanishes. That tiny breach reveals the presence of the entire vessel. True, unfiltered emotion is that submarine. It doesn't want to be seen, but sometimes, for a fraction of a second, it has to take a look. This is asterisk nonverbal leakage. The real feeling leaks out in a quick, uncontrolled gesture that contradicts the dominant mood. Here's what to hunt for. Look for brief upward motions that fight against a negative or neutral presentation. Someone is complaining bitterly about their job. Their shoulders slumped, voice monotone, but as they mention a specific project, the very corners of their mouth twitch upward for a millisecond. That's a hope leak. Someone says, I'm so over them, with a dismissive wave. But as they say it, their eyebrows perform a quick, involuntary flash upward. That's an interest leak. These are micro gestures of truth betraying the story. The stakes? This uncovers hidden optimism, buried excitement, or the tell that someone is downplaying how much they actually like something or someone. Authenticity doesn't do a full stage show. It sends a one-character text and then deletes it. Number 4, the primate posture power play. You see someone leaning back in their chair, arms spread out, and you think, cocky. Or you see someone curled in on themselves and think, shy. You're seeing the surface, not the social physics. We are, temporarily, sophisticated primates. And in any primate troop, space is power. Claiming territory is a dominance display. It's not about aggression. It's about the unconscious calculus of perceived space and the right to occupy it. The person who feels in charge, comfortable, or superior in a given dynamic will make themselves at home. This is about asterisk dominance displays in a social context. How do you see it? Look for expansiveness in a relaxed, non-challenging way. The person who leans back and puts their hands behind their head during a meeting is claiming the air around them. The person who confidently places their phone, notebook, or bag on the table between you is marking territory. They are relaxed within their claimed space. Conversely, the person making themselves small, shoulders hunched, limbs tucked in, minimizing their footprint, is displaying lower perceived status in that specific interaction. The stakes are immediate social intelligence. This instantly reveals who feels in charge, who is comfortable, and who is submissive in the unspoken hierarchy of that moment, regardless of their actual job title or relationship to you. Confidence isn't loud. It's a silent hologram of space they carry around them and casually inflate. Number 3, the unconscious copycat. You've heard that mirroring is a trick, a cheap sales tactic, or a pickup artist move. And if it's done consciously and immediately, it is exactly that. And it feels creepy and manipulative. But real mirroring, the kind that matters, isn't a trick, it's a symptom. Picture two pendulum clocks hanging on the same wall. If they're left swinging, they will slowly, over hours, sync up to the same rhythm. They aren't copying each other, they are resonating on the same frequency, influenced by the subtle vibrations through the wall. That's real human mirroring. It's asterisk, limbic synchronization topic, or deep rapport building. Our brains unconsciously and subtly mirror the posture, gestures, and even speech patterns of people we are in tune with or connected to. The key to spotting real rapport: look for the lag. It's delayed by 2 or 3 seconds. You take a sip of their drink, a few seconds later, you take a sip of yours. They cross their legs, a moment later, you find you've crossed yours. It's an echo, not a mimicry. Immediate, exact copying is mockery or a bad attempt at manipulation. The delayed echo is connection. The stakes? This is the single most powerful indicator of mutual liking and seamless rapport. If you are subtly mirroring someone and they are not reflecting a single thing back to you, the connection is likely one way. You're broadcasting on a frequency they're not receiving. When their body starts subtly pirating your moves, you've successfully hacked into their social Wi-Fi. Number 2, the verbal tripwire. You are so focused on what they are saying that you've gone deaf to how they're saying it. The content is a perfectly clean, freshly paved highway. You're cruising along, listening to the destination they're describing, but you're missing the sudden, jarring potholes and the hastily posted detour signs, the verbal missteps, the speech stumbles. When someone is lying or concealing a strong emotion, it places a huge asterisk cognitive load on the brain. The brain is now doing 2 jobs at once: managing the truth and constructing, editing, and delivering the alternative. That extra workload strains the system, and the verbal filter starts to glitch. You're not listening for you're listening for a cluster, a stack of tripwires. Listen for excessive qualifiers that protest too much. To be perfectly honest, to tell you the absolute truth, why are they specifying that now? Listen for sentence repairs. I was at home, I left the office and went straight home. Listen for unnatural pauses in the middle of a simple sentence. Listen for a sudden change in pitch or speaking speed when a specific topic arises. Listen for formal language popping up in a casual conversation. The stakes are precision. This cluster of verbal noise helps you pinpoint the exact moment or topic where their brain is doing overtime, where they are constructing, concealing, or editing reality. The truth is easy to say. It's the lies that need extra punctuation and a rehearsed delivery. Number 1, the blink block. This is the closest thing you will ever get to seeing a raw, unedited emotional response. You miss it because it happens in a flash and you're not trained to see it. But once you know it, it's unmistakable. Imagine a computer running smoothly. You open a file, and suddenly, the entire system freezes. The screen locks up. Everything stops. That's what happens during a asterisk amygdala hijack, a flash of fear, aversion, or threat detected by the brain's alarm system. The normal processes shut down. For humans, one of the first system-level responses is an eye block. How does it manifest? 2 ways. First, the pronounced long blink, not a normal blink, a conscious-looking, deliberate closing of the eyelids for a beat longer than is natural, as if to literally block out what they just saw or heard. Second, the opposite, a complete freeze-frame lack of blinking, a hyper-alert, locked stare, contrasting sharply with their normal blink rate. You see this in reactions to a specific person walking into the room, a name being mentioned, or a sudden accusation. The stakes are the highest here. This signal bypasses all social training, all conscious control. It is a primal neural panic button. It reveals immediate instinctive aversion or threat perception. The brain can lie, the mouth can lie, But that lizard part in the back of your skull, when it hits the panic button, the eyelids are the first responders. So you've got 9 signals, 9 ways to see more of what's really happening. But let's be crystal clear, this is not a manual for becoming a paranoid amateur hour human lie detector at every family barbecue. That guy is the worst. This is about upgrading your empathy. It's about paying better attention to the human in front of you, seeing more of their complexity, and understanding the silent broadcast happening beneath the words. It's about context. Always context. One signal is a clue. A cluster of signals across different channels is a story. And for the love of sanity, don't be the dude who accuses his girlfriend of sociopathy because her feet were pointed toward the door once when she was late for a meeting. These are tools for observation, not weapons for accusation. If you want more of this, more blueprints for understanding the hidden codes in everyday life, from your brain to your biology, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If this video felt like getting a software update for your social intelligence, share it with the one friend who still thinks a firm handshake tells you everything.